So welcome to another episode of Bonehead Sushi. You can see my helper back here somewhere. Since I live in Yuma, Arizona, we have lots of lettuce this time of year. We grow virtually all the lettuce for the United States from Thanksgiving through Easter. And now's that time. So you can see I got a nice head of red lettuce here. And this is going to be more or less a pseudo, mostly vegetable, no fish roll of sushi today. This is going to be a fukamaki roll. And we'll start off with some rice here. You know, see if I can get this done right without making too much of a mess. This rice is about a day and a half old, so it's a little bit tired. And when we're doing this kind of a roll, this is going to be a little different rolled setup. We're only going to push rice about halfway across. I'm sorry, 2/3 of the way across. And then we're also going to leave a little bit of a gap here on the edges too. So, you know, this is some of the techniques that I learned from one of the Yuma courses, and you know, it's been pretty good. So, you know, we're just going to put on kind of a light shot of rice here, leave a little bit of a border and a little bit of a ridge here on the end too to help make it a little bit easier to roll. And, you know, you can put on a little more rice, a little less rice, but give yourself a little bit of room here on the edges so that you have a chance to make things cleaner. So we're going to put on some, you know what, I think I'll put on a little bit of sesame seeds here just to make it, give it a little bit of crunch. And because I can, because I got a lot of them. Went down to Sprouts, had to buy a pound, and that's a lot of sesame seeds for me. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and put on some red leaf lettuce here. Kind of hang it out a little bit on the edges with some color so that it makes it look nice as well. Just toss that in. With the spinach, you know, I'll pull the stems off of them. You can leave them on if you want, but it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to kind of slop this stuff in here. The other couple of things that we do a lot of in Yuma, or at least here in the desert, would be red pepper. So I'm going to put some red pepper in here as well. Kind of stack that in some. And then also I'll take my curry knife and I'll go ahead and cut a pretty good slice of cucumber as well here too, so that it gives me some cucumber crunch. And then the last thing that I'm going to put on here is a little bit of, this is a full ounce of cream cheese. And that's a pretty good chunk of cream cheese, really. But, you know, given all the things that we've got in here, that's not an overly long amount. Make that the full length there. And then, of course, from my perspective, the part that really makes this great is I've got some of the crab salad. This is just some of the crab. This is the Osaki fish cakes. This is really good. This is one of the best imitation crabs I've had. And I mixed up with just a light bit of mayonnaise. And we're going to put this in kind of across the top and through the lettuces here. The combination of this with the cream cheese makes it really good. So anyway, I put all that on there. You know, you can be liberal on here because this is a pretty good sized roll. And the other thing that I do, because I'm a little bit of a hack, is I'll put on just a little bit of water here on the edge to help seal it. And now the last thing I'll throw in is just probably one slice of daikon. Okay, now the secret on this is going to be a hand roll. You're not going to push this over on with your sushi mat, but you are going to go ahead and you're going to hold it and you're going to do your best to get it squeezed in and get it fairly tight. And then go ahead and just roll it over so that it stays put. And then, you know, you can come back in with your knife and kind of squish it back in like the pros do that know what they're doing. And that's pretty much it. It's a really easy roll to make. And you can even make a mess out of it too, which I do, which is why it's Bonehead Sushi. And then to cut it, you know, I take my knife that I got from the good folks at Hocho Knife. Anyway, this is a Kangata, yes, a Kangata Gyoto from I can't pronounce it. Somebody can shoot me, from Sakai. Anyway, this is a great knife. This is one of the blue agami knives that's really hard and really sharp. So, you know, to cut it, you know, I'm just going to cut it in half. See if I can get it cut. And, you know, this is, anytime you got cream cheese on these, you're probably better off to wipe them off after each cut. And then this particular one here is, you know, you can cut it pretty much however you want. I'm going to cut it into 8 pieces. And, you know, that big piece of cucumber I've got in there makes it just a little bit tougher to cut. So, but, you know, this knife is up to it. Now, whether I am is another question. So I'm holding it in a couple places here so that I am able to keep it all together. I will wipe it again after this, because like I say, that cream cheese really sticks on the blade and causes some fits. It's easier for me to hold it this way. I have a little bit of a problem getting my ends to cap off properly because I don't get them as full as I should. And so that's the technique here. I usually cut them in half and then cut them in half again. Others are, you know, quicker at it and just run right through it and cut it off in a million places, and it all comes out perfect. I tend to need, through that cucumber, I tend to need a little bit more deliberation to get it straight. So, and in the last cut here, let's see if I can do it without cutting my fingers. And voila. Now to plate this, didn't have a plate out, but we'll get one. So we'll put this on the nice long plate here, and it, you know, I'll put some down here, and I think I'll just kind of do it like this, just because it won't fit otherwise. And let's see, we'll put that there, and this one here, I guess I'll have to eat. I'll stack it. We'll do a double on the side. So there you go, voila. A little bit of soy sauce on this, and you're good to go. But you got lots of lettuce, spinach, cucumber, big chunk, cream cheese, crab salad. Doesn't get no better than that. Thank you. Cheers.